Hello and welcome back to your mat. Today is the yoga toolkit and we're going to call this the holiday edition or the travel edition. So we're going to get started right away. You don't need any props. You can literally do this anywhere. You don't need a mat. I have a mat only because I'm outside in the grass. But if you are, you could have your shoes on. You don't have to have any props, no mat even. You could do this in an airport. You could do this in your hotel room, at your family's house, whatever. And if you do this in public, invite strangers to join you and just see what happens. It could be fun. All right, mix up your travel a bit. So we'll get started. We'll start with a quote by Maya Angelou. You may not control all the events that happen to you, but you can decide not to be reduced by them. So often with travel, things can happen that can send us into a tizzy, and we have to learn to just embrace the things that happen the best that we can. And if you happen to be in an airport maybe and your flight's delayed, break out this quick routine. Family's driving you crazy at the house, you need a few minutes, take a few, go to the bedroom and go through this quick routine. So we're gonna start standing. Actually, it'll all be standing. Other than the very last pose, one of the variations that you could use if you are somewhere that you feel like sitting on the floor, you can do that, but I'll show you when we get there. So again, you could be in your shoes. You don't have to have any special yoga gear. I'm in just regular shorts here and tank top because it happens to be a little bit warmer today while I'm filming. But again, you could be in practically anything that will allow you just to move a bit, okay? So we're gonna stand up and we're just gonna start with some side stretches here. So go ahead and rise your arms up overhead. Reach a hold and grab a hold of that left wrist with your right hand and side bend over to the right. Inhale, come up. And then exhale, we're going to open up into a twist. So bring your left arm out in front of you, your right arm out behind you, and twist to the right. Inhale, side bend, twist to the right. I'm sorry, side bend, no twist. Inhale, rise your arms up overhead and open up. Exhale into that side twist to the right. Do a few more rounds. Inhale, side bend to the right. Exhale there. Inhale, rise back up. And exhale into that side twist again to the right. Bring your arms up overhead. And you can stick with this side bend and then open up into your twist with your own breath. Or you can make it a little bit more fun. And you can rise that left leg up, come into a balance here. Arms up overhead. And on your exhale, open up into that twist while you're balancing. So this you may find is a little more difficult and challenging. Arms back up if you're going in that variation and open up into that twist. Or stick with your side bend and your twist. Couple more rounds, whichever variation you chose. Breathe in at your own pace. Don't forget to breathe. And drop that leg down if you had it up. And shake that out for a moment. All right, so we'll go to the other side. You know where we're going here. We're going to start with the side bends, open up into a twist, and then we'll add that variation. So arms up overhead, grab a hold of that right wrist with your left hand, and side bend over to the left. Inhale, come all the way up, and exhale, open up into your side twist here. Looking out to the left. Inhale, bring your arms up overhead. Exhale into your side bend. Inhale, come all the way back up. Exhale, open up into that twist to the left. A few more rounds at your own pace and it with your own breath. Side bend. Open up into your twist to the left. Side bend. And open up into that twist. From here, bring those arms up overhead. You can decide to stick with what you're doing, the side bend and the twist, or you can add a little balance challenge. Rise that right leg up into a bend here, and then open up into your twist to the left. Come back up. So, or stay with the other variation, whichever you chose. Go at your own pace. Do a few rounds. Obviously, the balance is going to add another challenge. Go with it if you decide to go with that one. One more, whatever variation you're doing. Drop the leg if you had it up. Shake that all out. Okay, and now we're going to turn to face the front of the mat if you're using a mat. If you're not, You can just turn, or you could stay how you are if you're not using a mat. It doesn't really matter, but I'm going to turn so I have a mat to step back on since I'm in the grass. I'm going to step that left foot back, and we're going to stay here in a high lunge. So my left heel is off the ground, and my right leg is deeply bent. Bring your arms up into a cactus or goalpost shape. So you're really opening the chest here. This is really good, especially if you've been driving for a while, you've been cramped on an airplane, you've been irritable with too much holiday family goodness, whatever it might be. Open up that chest, kind of let that heart open, let the love in. Holidays can be fun, but they can also be challenging, and travel as well. And then from here, you're going to rise your arms up overhead and straighten that front leg. Exhale back into those cactus arms and rebend that front leg. Inhale, straighten, arms up overhead. Exhale, rebend, cactus arms. Inhale, arms up, straight leg. Exhale, back into cactus. Let's go 2 more. Inhale, straight, arms up. Exhale, cactus bend. Inhale, straight, arms up. Exhale, cactus arms, bend that knee deeply. Stay here for another breath. Really open up that chest. Allow your shoulders to come back down on your back here. And go ahead and release that. We'll do the other side now. So go ahead and step back with your right leg. Come into your high lunge. You know where we're going. So let's go ahead and get started. Come into those cactus arms. Open that chest. Shine it nice and bright. And inhale, straighten and bring those arms up overhead. Exhale, bend, cactus arms. Inhale, straighten, arms up overhead. Exhale, bend, cactus arms. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. You get the rhythm now. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Once more. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend, and stay here for an extra breath. Really shining that chest open. Reversing the hunched over feeling a lot of us have. And go ahead and step forward. And now we're going to step back. Actually, we're going to go the other way first, since we already just did our right leg, excuse me. So we'll step back with our left leg. So I'll be opposite here for you for a moment. And from here, we're just going to reverse our warrior. So that means your left arm will go down the back of your left leg. Right arm will come up overhead. And you're turned here toward the side of your mat with your right leg bent forward. So this is your reverse warrior. And then you're going to exhale and come forward into triangle. So you're going to straighten that right leg and rise that left arm up. And I just realized I probably should have went the other way since we had just done the right. But you know what? We're already here, so we'll just go with it. Your right leg might be feeling it today. Feeling it for a moment. Go ahead and come on up. Reverse warrior. And exhale into triangle. I thought I had that figured out correctly, but I guess my brain was not quite functioning. Inhale and come into your reverse. And exhale into your triangle. We'll do one more on this side since I know this right leg might be a bit fatigued. And reverse. And come back up. Now we'll go to that left side leg here. So go ahead and step that right foot back, open up here, open to the side. Your left leg is bent, and we'll come into our reverse warrior. So now you know where we're going. So go ahead and reverse that warrior. Left arm is up. And then exhale and come in to triangle. Straighten that front leg. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, come into your reverse warrior. We'll go a couple more rounds. Exhale, straighten that front leg, come into triangle. Let's go once more. Inhale, reverse that warrior. And exhale into triangle. And then we're going to come all the way back up. In this last pose, you have a couple of options here. So if you're at a place where you can sit, that would be easier. Actually, not sit, you're actually going to lie down. So if you have a mat or your carpet area where you could lie down and you feel comfortable lying down, you can lie down. I'll show you that variation. For those of you that are maybe in a public place where you don't want to be on the ground or it just doesn't work for you, you can either see if there's a chair nearby or a wall to even lean up on to help with your balance. Otherwise, we're going to come into figure four pose. So if you're doing the version where you're not on the ground, there's going to be a balance involved here. So I'm going to bend that left leg. Actually, I'm not going to bend the left leg, excuse me. The left leg is going to be straight. I had that correct. Bend that right leg, and then you're going to cross that over the left. So now my right ankle is right above my left knee, and now you can bend it and see balancing can be challenging here. So you could lean up against a wall, you could have a chair nearby, you could sit in a chair and do this. So those are your options. That's the balancing figure four. It's the same idea on your back. So if you're lying down, you can do the exact same thing. You're going to cross that right ankle over top of your left knee. And in this case, you'll just bring your leg in. So whatever variation works for you. I'm on a very uneven ground here. So I'm going to try the standing just to show you that. But obviously, you can lay down. Or again, if you have a chair nearby that you can sit into, try that. So I will try one more time to see if I can do this. And then you're going to sink down into that as deep as you'd like to go. And you can always bring your hands down to blocks or something that you could bring the floor up to you, whatever might be nearby. So again, if you're traveling, you're not going to have your normal stuff. So if you don't have anything, you can just try balancing. Come out if you need to and go back in. Or if you have something nearby, a table, a chair, whatever it might be, you can lean on that or lean up against a wall to help you really get deep. This is going to help you open up the hips. I'm having a hard time balancing because ground is very uneven. So go ahead and stay in that pose for another breath or two while I try to get back into it. If you're on the ground, be happy you're on the ground because you're getting a nice hip opener without having to do the balancing too. I'm going to come out now. And then we'll go to the other side. So I tried to demonstrate the standing version of that. So you know where we're going. In this case, you're going to now have your left ankle is going to come across your right knee, and you'll bend into that. But I'm going to go to the floor version because of my the uneven ground I have. So you decide which one you want to do. Up against a wall, in a chair, grab a hold of something if you've got it nearby, or lying on your back, crossing that the left foot over your right knee, and then bringing that right leg in any amount. Give a nice pull in. So you're getting a nice outer hip opener here, which obviously when you travel, that can be really a tight area on us. It can also, if you're having this is during the holidays and you're having maybe a little rough time for whatever reason, sometimes we can store our emotions in our hips. So this can kind of help release that a bit too. So it's got different helpful benefits. So stay there for a few breaths. And again, kind of modify, as I said, with all these poses as you need to, depending on what circumstances you're in. And if you're in a public place, seriously, I highly recommend. Tell people to come join you. They'll feel better. You'll make maybe some new friends. Okay, go ahead and release that, whether you're down on the ground or you are balancing. If you are balancing, great job. If you fell over, that's fine too. We're going to end there. I'm going to go ahead and stand back up because for those of you who are not able to sit down during this practice, for a variety of reasons maybe, thank you so much for joining me. I know this was really a short class, but I hope that it really has helps you during the holiday season or when you're traveling or anytime you just need a little bit of movement. Maybe you don't have the props around you. You don't necessarily even have a yoga mat. Maybe you're just somewhere and you just really want to do a little stretching out. This is a great little routine to do for that. So thank you for joining me, and until next time.